What's going on, guys? We got Malcolm X wife speaking. She has some key points I want to talk about. She talked about growing up, not growing up, being around her husband, and just being such a great speaker. I mean, even to this day, there's still no one that can speak like this man. So we're just gonna play a couple key points. I don't want to play the whole thing for copyrights, but I want to play a couple key points. See if I can fast forward some of it. I just want to, listen to some of the words she says. Now listen.
Of white people who saw black people having their own agenda as rejection, as they must be teaching hate, so that when Malcolm talked about solidarity and security and liberation, freedom and justice, and that whole 9 yards, that was just totally out of line.
Well, Mr. Rowan says here, he says, Malcolm X never worked to get blacks, in a desegregated school. He never went to jail for trying to win blacks the right to vote. And so that...
But the same thing I'm saying. So that if you were not in integration, teaching integration, and, patting white people on the head and telling them how good they were, if you said really how you felt, then that was okay and that was acceptable. And white people supported that kind of leadership. So that Malcolm, on the other hand, talking and telling people you got to stand up. You cannot blame white folks forever, but we must blame white folks for the present condition. But you've got to break out of it. Now, there are a lot of white people that supported Malcolm. There are a lot of white people who want an end to this and a beginning to another kind of living in life. Now, a lot of black folks still, and even in 1992, don't see black people with a black agenda. They see black people with a white agenda. And this
A white agenda. You got to ask yourself, what is that? What is a black agenda? What is a white agenda? You could even go to the jungle. What is a lion's agenda? And what is a monkey's agenda? Everything that breathes has an agenda. But for some reason in this country, the agendas have been mixed up. I think the people are just trying to be free. They're just tired of living in these conditions. They're tired of going to these schools that are not teaching us anything proper. We had kings and queens. They're not teaching that in school. I don't know. I think one day, we will be free. But we're not free today. I mean, if you look around you, we're not free. Our kids are unaliving each other. We don't have a place where we can all congregate and talk and put our money together and put our resources together and put our communities together. We're just in disarray. So there will be more tornadoes. There will be more volcanoes. There will be more earthquakes. Because, it's like when Moses came, we're still enslaved technically because we can't get with each other, even on the computer. If you're not part of their agenda, you won't get no views. This will probably get 2 views. Let's hear some more that she has to say.
There are thousands, maybe millions of young people today wearing X caps, shirts, and that kind of thing. And they're going to see the movie. What do you want them to get out of this?
That they have to be responsible for their own lives, that interstitially they need to be strengthened, and that if they need to walk spiritually holding Malcolm's hand, they can do that, that he's there for them. If they want to wear some memorabilia of Malcolm and feel strengthened through the vibrations of that they can do that. But strengthen they must, and they must accept the responsibility for their lives and for the future generation, and they must be committed and responsible to an agenda for themselves and their people, because their ancestors made a great number of sacrifices for them, including Malcolm.
But on that agenda, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but hate shouldn't be part of that agenda, should it?
Excuse me, hate is an emotion. I think it's an excellent emotion. Sure, hate can be part of that emotion. Love can be part of that emotion. Because we are rejected people, and we're going to get stronger, so that reciprocity must be a focal point. There's nothing wrong with hate. You know, there is a season for everything under the sun.
That's what the Bible says. There's a time to chill. There's a time to laugh. There's a time to rejoice. And of course, there's a time for everything else. You know, the Bible even talks about that. There's a season for everything. I think we're in a season of just trying to heal. You know what I mean? We're all just trying to heal. And I get what she's talking about, hate. Like, you gotta hate what's bad. You know what I mean? I hate violence. I hate hate. I love love. Unity. I love unity. You know, I don't care what race you are. I love unity. I think we're, as even Americans, we need to stick together and support each other. You know, why do we have to go to war and then we support each other? Why do 9/11s have to happen for us to support our homeless? You know, especially when we understand that the past was critical. You know what I mean? You wonder why our brothers and sisters don't own anything, because we already own everything. But for some reason, we've been stripped of everything. If you look around you, you know, let's hear what else she has to say in conclusion.
Son, you know, you have to understand love and hate. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think what has happened is that bigots have added a meaning to it that should not have been there. So there's nothing wrong with hate. And they've got to dislike some things. And you've got to hate some things with a passion. And destruction, they must dislike and hate with a passion. So that the old racist definition of hate, perhaps not, because they've added some things to it that they should not. But love and hate go together.
That's true.
Beautiful, right? She's such a beautiful lady. Thank you for holding it down. Thank you for being strong. You know, I hope more people can be like this woman. She supported her husband, and she still does. You know, and she's passed on, but she will never be forgotten. Okay? Never be forgotten. We love you, sister. Thank you. You guys like and subscribe for more videos. What do you think about that?